Oh yeah. Welcome everybody back to this week's GA meeting, where we tell our loved ones we're getting the help we need, but we all know we're really here to talk about guns. So in today's meeting, I want to talk about a gun I had no intention on buying. I didn't even know existed until I walked into the gun store that day because I was picking up my Canik TTI. And as I was waiting for someone to become free because they were a little busy when we walked in, walked over to the gun cabinet, saw this sitting in there, and it didn't sit in there for much longer. Walked out with the Canik and this. And this might come to a surprise for most of you, but it's another Sig Sauer. I am a big fan of Sig Sauer. It is not, of course, the only gun I like, because we've seen many other firearms on this channel. But the most you've probably seen has been Sig Sauer, and I got another one. So this one's pretty interesting. I did not know about this gun until I saw it. And then I did a little bit of research on it, and it's a pretty neat pistol. So this pistol was made from 2011 to 2017. And then what came out in 2017? The P365, right? So this is the P365 before a P365 came out. This is the Sig Sauer P290RS. What does RS stand for? It stands for restrike. Because on the older models, you could not pull the trigger again because this is a double action only pistol. So I just want to show we are clear and see how this works. So you pull the trigger and it's a smooth double action trigger. And before, if you had a round that didn't go off, you'd now have to eject that round. With RS, you can pull the trigger again. So you can restrike it. And as you can see in some footage today, we had to do that a couple times. Oh. Didn't like that round. Oh, we should have double struck it, so we'll keep that to the side. Looks like a light primer strike on that one. All right, hold on. Let's, the whole reason if you have a bad round, you could restrike it with this gun. So let's see. And there it goes. Nice. Now, I'm not blaming that on the gun. I had some really old ammo that I had never shot. It's super cheap ammo. Never heard of the manufacturer of it. And it was the only box I had left when it came time to pull this gun out because we brought a couple guns to shoot. You know, we shot about 800 rounds today. So it was the last box I had, and I said, oh, well, you know, we'll run it through this one. And it didn't function horribly. There was some bad rounds, you know, rounds that just wouldn't go off. It had good primer strikes, just bad ammo. And sometimes it had to be restruck. So we got to see the full name come out today and see how that worked. So let's get into it real quick. This is the P365 before the P365 came out. This was Sig Sauer's super thin carry pistol. Now, of course, they had some other carry pistols at the time, and I want to bring those out to show you guys and compare it to this one. But let's go through this one first. We do have some iron sights on top. They are night sights. The night sights still work, which is pretty cool. I did say it is double action only. The trigger, they say, is an 8-pound trigger. It's really not terrible because there's no wall you ever get to where you got to really pull on that trigger. It's just a very slow, methodical pull. You know, there's no ever real wall you hit, breaking point. It's not too bad. This one came with 2 6-round magazines that are flush fit. The only problem with those is I can't get my pinky on it. if I kind of side shift my fingers, which that grip really isn't comfortable because now my middle finger is riding up on the trigger guard. That's not very comfortable. I can get a full grip if I need to, or I just take those out and I grab the 8-round extended mag, and now I have a very nice grip. So you have a super big extended slide release. The only problem is the gun's so tight. You know, oh, I gotta use both thumbs to close it. When I bought this gun, you can see, now I shot this mag today, so it's a little dirty, but this is another mag. These mags are so clean. They really are. And then the mag that was in this gun, you know, it's got a little, you know, it's a little dirty. It's got a, you know, from ammo being cycled through it. The gun itself, you know, this is all from me today, from at the range. The gun itself is very clean. You know, there's a little wear right here on the slide release, probably because this guy had it in a holster. I don't think this gun was shot very often. And it functioned, you know, okay, it functioned well at the range. Like I said, we had problems with ammo in every pistol we took today except for my 365 macro, but we didn't do a video on that because I was just shooting it to get a couple more rounds in, you know, on training. But we did shoot it one time, or I shot it one time with the little 6-round mag, and that pinky, you don't understand how much recoil control that pinky does. I shot all 6 rounds and said, okay, that's enough of that. Let's get the big one. Woo. Function all 6 rounds. It is very snappy. There is almost nothing for your pinky there. You know, it was snappy. It was really snappy. So we brought out the 8-round mag, and the recoil wasn't terrible. It really wasn't. The recoil was manageable with the 8-round. So what I want to do now is I have a couple more SIGs that are considered for concealed carry. You know, at one point or time, they might not be considered anymore as concealed carry. Well, some of them are. But I wanted to go over this pistol, and I haven't done a video on it, and I really want to do a video on it, but is the Sig Sauer P290RS. So they have the 238, which is chambered in 380. This one's chambered in 9mm. And I saw this one, and I really loved the slide, how they did that. I was like, oh, somebody must have done that themselves. No, Sig Sauer actually came out with this. It was something to benefit soldiers. It was something they did back in 2018 to help benefit soldiers, I think police officers, you know, some proceeds if you bought this gun went to a foundation. Now, of course, that was in 2018, and I bought this year in 2024, so quite some time away from that. But I like the little American flag and the grips. And this is a gun where I said, like, grip texture really doesn't mean too much to me. It's super smooth on the grip panels on the side, but there's enough checkering on the front and back where the gun doesn't really go anywhere in my hands. Now this is an extended, I believe, 8-round magazine as well. This one's a 7 or an 8, I think. And it does come with a flush fit 6. So if you wanted, again, you have the same problem with your pinky. Actually, this one's even smaller. You know, there's no way I could get my other one on. I guess there you go, but not really. So this one's even smaller. So I wanted to compare it to this one, the 290. So right now, the 290 is much bigger in height-wise, as you can see there. The slides The 290 is just a tad bit longer, but if you go off the beaver tail, because this is a 1911 style, it's actually smaller. It is a little bit smaller. The slide is bigger, but you have your hammer on the back of this one, because this is single action. It is a little bit longer. And then in thickness, they're super thin. This one is a little bit thicker because of the grips. But the really nice part about this, and I didn't know this until I started doing some research, is these side grip panels are actually removable. You can replace them with some more aggressive grip if you want, or thicker grips, you know, to fit your hand a little bit better. It's whatever you want, and even back then you could customize this gun, you know, to fit you a little bit better. So I thought that was pretty neat. So we've got that gun. So we've got the 290 and the 938, and now what I consider the king of carry is the P365. Now this is the regular P365, 10+1, and compared to this, they're very similar. They really are. The P365 is a little bit longer in height. Well, I can't really. It's a little bit taller just because of this grip here. I think they would actually be about the same size if you didn't have that pinky extension on. But, hold on. This is only 6 rounds. This is 8. This is 10. You know, that's why the P365 is, in my opinion, the king of carry. And then in thickness, the P365 is a little bit thicker. This one gets really narrow there at the end. And that is because this is single stack and this is stack and a half. And if we compare these two, you're looking at almost the same size and length. This one's just a tad bit bigger. You know, height, the P365 because of the pinky extension. But then again, 6 rounds, I believe 7 rounds. You know, that is the same exact height. They really are. And then in thickness, you're about the same, but single stack and a half. So, again, P365 to me is the king of carry. And we'll get rid of this one. So that's about it for the Sig Sauer P290RS. It was just a really cool little gun, and I found at the store. I paid $395 for it. You know, it wasn't super expensive, but again, it wasn't a gun that I'm looking to carry. You know, I have no interest in carrying this gun at all. I just like to collect Sig Sauers, and when I see one that I've never seen before, I usually pick it up. You know, the 226 I don't own a 229, but the 226 and the 229 are still made to this day. This firearm hasn't been made in 7 years, so I really wanted to pick it up because I don't know the next time I'll see one, because I had never seen one before. So it's really cool to pick those guns up, learn about them, learn the history behind them, and then go shoot them, see how they work, compare them to our modern day carry pistols like the P365. And I have to say, the trigger, of course, because it's double action only, is atrocious. But for just range practice, taking it to the range for fun, it's not bad. I don't hate it. You can make accurate shots with this trigger. The 8-round extended mag works really good for your grip. It's pretty long though, but you don't have to worry about, I've got a little bit of space there after my pinky, so you can get a really nice grip on that gun. If you guys do have a P290RS or just the regular P290, and you have any more information that I might have missed out, let me know that as well down in the comments. If you did enjoy this video on a Sig, or maybe you've never even heard of this one like me, let me know that by hitting the thumbs up button. While you're down there, if you don't mind hitting that subscribe button, we are a new channel here on YouTube, trying to reach 1,000 subscribers, so it would help a lot if you did that. That's all I got for you today in this meeting. Thanks, guys.